Hello everyone, welcome back to Turner's Tutoring. I'm Mr. Turner, and today we are doing our first math lesson. It was asked for me to do addition, so our first video is going to be focusing on addition. And today, we're going to do a few problems, like note style, kind of like how you would do in your notebook in class. And we're going to be doing 2-digit, plus 1-digit, 2-digit plus 2-digit, and 3-digit plus 2-digit. And so hopefully that gives enough practice within this video for us to be able to learn a little bit more and practice a little bit more with our addition skills. So for first things first, let's go ahead and start with 2-digit plus 1-digit. So I'm going to throw out a random number. I have 19 plus 7. And everything that I'm going to be choosing is going to take it above, so we're going to have to think of a few strategies in order to add this. So when I'm looking at these problems and I'm thinking about this, first I'm going to do a step where I am going to put this into columns. And basically what that means is your basic algorithm for addition, and in the future we'll talk about multiplication. But for now, algorithm for addition is you do top to bottom, and you add from right going to left. So let's go ahead and mark a few of these things. We know we want to start on the first one. I said we're going to do columns, so we're going to add our column like this. And we are going to add the numbers in that column. So our first set is 9 plus 7. So when we're looking at this, this definitely takes us above 10, and we don't have more than 10 fingers. So if you were adding this, one of our strategies that we could use is counting on. So I've got my fingers, and actually I'm going to make this smaller so that you can see how I'm counting. And I'm starting at 9, and I'm counting to 7. So I'm going to count 7 fingers and put 7 on my fingers. Well, when I'm counting on, what I need to do is I need to count on from my starting number, which is 9. So I'm going to not count 9 on the first finger. I'm going to say 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And so that gives me 9 plus 7 is 16. With that being said, I put my first digit, so the ones digit here, which is 6. And then I come all the way up to this spot and put my 1. Because I got 16, I'm going to add that to the top right there. And now this side is done. I'm going to add 1 plus 1, which equals 2. And therefore, my first algorithm, or for my first addition equation, 19 plus 7 equals 26. Let's move on. With my next one, I'm going to come down here, give myself a little bit of space. And if you want to pause the video and rewind, I definitely encourage that. So this is why I do the videos, is so that you have the opportunity to rewind it and re-listen to it if needs be. So let's do a 2-digit by 2-digit equation. Let's do 36 plus, let's go something that puts us above this, so let's do 15. Because we definitely want to be practicing as well, having to count on and so on and so forth. I'm going to do the column. I'm going to separate these and work within the column. I'm going to do 6 plus 5. And if you know your doubles facts, we know 6 plus 6 is 12. And 5 is 1 less than 6. So I'm going to do 1 less than 12, which is 11. So 6 plus 5 is 11. And we just practiced a different strategy we can use. So 1 goes here, and the 10 goes here, or the 1 in the 10's place goes there. Now we count on, we do 1 plus 3 plus 1, but what I like to do is I like to think about it as grouping like numbers together. So instead of going just straight down, the way my brain works is I'm going to do 1 plus 1, 2, and then 2 plus 3, which is 5. Which means our number that we get, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write it out so it's a little easier to see, is 51. Moving on to our next equation, we are going to do 3-digit by 2-digit now. I'm throwing out a random number. Let's go 152 plus, let's go 68. Now, for every digit that we add, we just add another column. So you put a line in between each one, draw it as neatly as possible. And if I haven't said it yet, as you're seeing, my handwriting is not the best. As long as you do it as neatly as possible and stay organized, that can account for it, and that can help you to do your notes better. It can help you to be able to look back at what you're practicing, and ultimately help you to do better if you're having any troubles with math. So let's go ahead and get started on our next equation. That is, starting from the right as always, we do 2 plus 8. 2 plus 8 we know is 10. We take the 0 in the 1's place and we drop it down. And we take the 1 in the 10's place and we carry it up or bring it up. So now I'm left with a number or an equation, a small equation in the 10's place, that looks almost like this one. So we know that 6 plus 5 is 11, and we're going to count on by 1. And we always look back at previous work and try to follow the patterns of math. Math is all about patterns. When you find the patterns, it makes it a little bit easier for you to understand the math that you're doing. So 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 6 is 12, or we know from the previous one, 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. I'm going to take the 2 in the 1's place value, put it down. I'm going to carry the 1 up, and now I've got 1 plus 1 equals 2, with my number being 220. And kind of my last tip or piece of advice with this, notice that I did not put an and when I said that. I said 220. There is no and in this, and if you're wanting to sound a little bit better when you're reading out your numbers, try to remember that tip. There's no and right there. We try to say the numbers as clearly as possible and read them out as the numbers with no and in them. Well, that's our first video on addition, practicing the 2-digit plus 1-digit, 2-digit plus 2-digit, and then 3-digit plus 2-digit. Once again, this has been Turner's Tutoring. I'm Mr. Turner, and if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and help us grow the channel. The second thing is we're sitting right around 49, maybe 50 subscribers soon. We are trying to hit the 1,000 subscribers, so if you know anyone that needs help with math or reading, please introduce them to the channel and help us out. Share this with everyone that you know, and please, once again, subscribe. This has been our first math lesson on addition. Thank you once again for joining me with Turner's Tutoring, and I wish you guys a fantastic rest of your day.